Okay. You know, I'm modelling this now, I'm thinking this is going to be a nightmare to texture. To unwrap. This shape is getting pretty weird. But yeah, it's going to be pretty good learning material. If it's nice and challenging, even for me. I just hope it doesn't turn into some sort of failure. I don't usually. Well, I do make some models that don't work out. This is looking pretty cool. Bit of weirdness going in there. Keep an eye on the face and number there as well. I'm gonna try and remember. Ah, yeah, there we go. If that isn't turned on in your Maya, just hit that there. It's in display, heads up display, poly count. There's a bunch of stuff in there you can have a mess about with. Some pretty useful stuff. Okay. Right, that'll do. I'm gonna add a big spike coming out of here as well. Turn your keep faces on because we want to create a joined. Well, you want to make a full extrusion here. You don't want to split it in half like we did up there. Just pull that out. Begin to shape and scale this into place. Okay. Scale out. And we'll just do another scale. And I'm going to add some edge loopage. Well, an edge loop in there. Just shape it out a bit. Make it a bit more cool looking. And pull that one up. Yeah, it looks looking nice. In fact, I'm going to shape this a bit more. Pull that in. Hasn't selected the full edge loop. It's probably because I just extruded that piece out there. So it's kind of broke up the edge loop a bit. Okay. Nice. It's looking good. I'm going to select these ones here as well. Shape that one a bit. Same with that. Alright. That is some funky ass handle. Alright. Just going to pull that up. I'm looking at the handle, and that's nice and thin and detailed. Whereas the handle, the detail here, and it's like that is what the character's hand is going to hold on to, and it's not particularly, it's not in the same, well, it's not the same size as it. It doesn't match up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save that out, and I'm going to hit Control D, which is going to duplicate a copy, which can move out. But what we're going to do is we're going to scale it in the x-axis by -1, and that's going to flip it over. So it's exactly next to it, and this is how you merge an object. Because that one object is there, it's right next to it, and they're exactly the same, has the same amount of edges. If I hover over both, they have exactly the same amount of edges, and they meet the vertices. And what we can do is before you actually merge an object, you need to combine the mesh, so it is one full object. And what you do, or what I just did there, was to select them both, and it's mesh, combine, and that brings it into the same. So when you click on there, it's exactly the same, but the edges are not merged. You can see that they're not merged. And how we do that is you can marquee our box selection tool straight over, which will select more than you need. So it's usually Control Select, or Control and drag, and that will deselect. And then you can just go in with the wireframe mode and check it out. And once you have those two edges selected in there, although it may look like one, but you have to got both edges selected, you can go to the merge tool, option box, Just take out the threshold. This is how far away whatever you're merging has to be before it actually merges. You know, if it isn't in range, then it won't merge. But that's that's, you know, because they actually bang on, so just hit merge. But it's nice to check it out when you're merging. F9, go into vertices. If you click on there and they're not merged, then they should pull apart. But you know, they are now merged successfully. Another neat trick to find out if you missed any is to smooth it. Hit smooth, which is going to subdivide your object. And as you can see, there's no vertices that are pulled apart, they're all merged together and have subdivided properly. Hit Z to undo that if you did that. I'm going to center my pivot. That pivot will now go into the center of the model when you hit this button. There you go. Just makes moving around a lot nicer. Also, I'm going to delete the history on this. I can never remember the hotkey. Right, now to sort out this handle. Let's jump into face mode. Okay. I'm just going to begin scaling and reshaping this. Okay. Now that is looking a lot better. Make sure I've got this selected. Right, and I'm just gonna, you know, make it a lot smoother. This a lot smooth topology. Alright. Still gonna continue to shape out here. Make it like a knife handle should be. Right. Okay. Well, that is looking pretty nice. Right, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna soften the normals on this. Your normals are, I think, is how light is rendered on your object depending on what angle the normals are set on the vertices, edges and faces. You know, you can set the angle yourself, you know, so depending, let's just change it, because it was 30 degrees by default. If you change the angle like that, you know, this is what it looks like when the normals are that angle. But there is an option just to soften the edge, which hardly seems to make a difference, but that, okay, the angle is default 30. So, yes, to give your model a smoother normal amount, just use that. That was a horrible explanation there. Sorry about that. Continue to shape this into a more streamlined shape. Don't want it looking fat. Can smooth line a bit. Maybe pull it up a bit. Yeah, kind of like that. I kind of like that, you know, tapered look. It's got going. Okay. I'm thinking as well, if I pull out, create like a triangular shape. In fact, if I just grab these guys here as well, then pull up and scale it in a bit. Nah, don't scale it in. Push these ones down. Scale them in. And what we can do is grab these faces here, and we'll extrude them out. Go to his axis